Australia has had quite a few very good NBA players. Of course, very good depends on the way that you look at it. No, there has not been a LeBron James or Michael Jordan yet, but they have produced multiple NBA players that are good at what they do. In this video, I'll be giving you the top 6 NBA players from Australia. What's up everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by, it is highly appreciated. If you are new here, consider subscribing with those bell notifications on to keep up with all the videos that are uploaded. First up at the number 6 spot is Ben Simmons. Simmons came out of LSU, the most hyped up rookie since LeBron James came out of St. Mary's St. Vincent High School. A point guard, 6'10", he is a basketball player made out of a machine. This guy is destined to be a future Hall of Famer. He has already done so much being as young as he is. Baynes is the 5th best Australian basketball player of all time in my opinion. Even if he sucked, I mean look at that hair/beard combo. But alas, he doesn't suck. Signing with the Spurs in 2013 after a 4-year stint in Europe, Baynes played in 16 games in the second half of the 2012 season. He played only 8.8 minutes per game, averaging 2.7 points per game and nearly 4.5 rebounds per game. Yeah, okay, I know that's nothing to write home about, but hey, pretty good production for that playing time. In his second season, Baynes averaged 3 points and 2.7 rebounds and 9.3 minutes. Solid numbers off the bench with such little playing time. That same season, the Spurs beat the LeBron-led Miami Heat in 5 games, and Baynes played 7 minutes per game in 14 playoff games, averaging 2 points per game, 2 rebounds per game. He was a contributor to a championship team, and not many NBA players can say that. His entire NBA career, Baynes has been a good bench center who defends the paint well, rebounds, and can score in the paint, which is pretty rare these days and still important. Dellavedova was born in the 2014 to 2015 season and will live on forever, if it is only in Cleveland lore. Going undrafted in the 2013 NBA draft, the Cleveland Cavaliers signed him on a 2-year deal. The Cavs were poor in the 2013 to 2014 season, finishing with a 33-49 record. A bad team gives time to players who might not necessarily get it somewhere else though. And Delly, which would become a renowned nickname, played in 17 minutes per game in 72 games, averaging 4.7 points per game, 2.7 assists per game. Good number for an undrafted point guard. The following season marked the coming home of LeBron James, and the Cleveland had huge expectations of winning the championship. Delly played 20 minutes per game in 67 regular season games, slightly improving his averages from the previous year to 4.8 points per game, 3 assists per game. Seen as a hard worker but not much else, no one really paid attention to Dellavedova. Finishing second behind the 60-win Hawks, the Cavs had a good season. The 2015 to 16 regular season was his best playing time. He played 24 minutes per game in 76 games and averaged 7.5 points per game, 4.4 assists per game, and 2 rebounds per game. He would only play 12 minutes per game in the playoffs though. He averaged solid numbers of 4 points per game and 3 assists per game. He played only 7.6 minutes per game in the Cavaliers' historic 3-1 down comeback win in 7 games. Dellavedova became an NBA champion, the 6th Australian to do so. The following season, the Milwaukee Bucks received him in a sign-and-trade deal. He averaged 7 points per game and 4.7 assists per game in the 2016-17 season in 26 minutes per game. The whole situation in which his finals performance came and what it says about him as a player is the reason I've ranked him so high on this list. Drafted by the Portland Trail Blazers with the 55th pick, Patty Mills became the first indigenous Australian to be drafted in the NBA. Unfortunately, Mills fractured his foot at practice and missed the NBA Summer League. Returning from injury to the Idaho Stampede in the D-League, Mills made his debut for the Blazers on the 4th of January, tallying 2 assists in 5 minutes. Returning to the Stampede on the 13th, he was recalled again on the 23rd. Playing in 10 games in his rookie season, Mills averaged 2.6 points in nearly 4 minutes per game. In his sophomore season, Mills played in 64 games, averaging 5.5 points per game and nearly 2 assists. If nothing else, Mills is credited with the creation of the 3 goggles celebration. When Blazers teammate Rudy Fernandez was not shooting well, Mills would do the 3 goggles action, insinuating that he couldn't shoot because he couldn't see well. When Fernandez started shooting the three well, he would celebrate with the three goggles to show Mills that his vision was okay. Seeing it is the premier three-point celebration now, I'd say it's quite the achievement. Drafted to Minnesota with the 7th pick in the 1991 NBA Draft, Luc Longley became the first Australian to ever play in the NBA, having a solid rookie year with averages of 4.3 points per game, 1 block per game, 4 rebounds per game, and 15 minutes a game. Longley played 2.5 seasons with Minnesota, averaging 5 points per game, 1.2 assists per game, 1.2 blocks per game, 4.7 rebounds per game. 49 games into his 3rd season, being traded with a 2nd-round pick to Chicago Bulls. Played 27 games with Michael Jordan-less Bulls in the 1993-94 season. Longley started 17 of 27 games, averaging 7.6 points per game, 2.3 assists, and 5.1 rebounds. It was this year that Longley got his first taste of playoff basketball with the Bulls, finishing 3rd with a record of 55-17. During the playoffs in which the Bulls were eliminated in Game 7 loss to the Knicks, Longley started only 2 of 10 games, averaging 6.3 points per game, 1.3 assists, 1 block, and 4.5 rebounds. Jordan rejoined the Bulls halfway through the 94-95 season, finishing the season as a playoff team. Longley averaged 6.5 points, 1.3 assists, 4.8 rebounds, and 18 minutes per game, starting 0 of 55 games. Longley would not seem to be any more deserving than anyone else previously listed for 2nd place, but to play alongside Michael Jordan in the 3 most important seasons of his career shows that he was a very good player, because if he wasn't doing what he wanted, he would have been exiled from the team. Andrew Bogut is without a doubt Australia's greatest NBA player of all time. Drafted in 2005 to the Bucks with the 1st pick, the first Australian ever drafted, number 1. Starting 77 regular season games and playing in all 82, Bogut averaged 9.4 points per game and 7 rebounds per game in 28 minutes. The Bucks finished 5th in the East with a record of 40-42. I know, must have been a great year for the Eastern Conference. Bogut's season was enough to see him gain all-rookie first-team honors, the first Australian to do so. The Bucks made the playoffs that year and were beaten in 5 games by the first-placed Pistons, with Bogut averaging 8.5 points per game, 3.4 assists, and 6.2 rebounds, and what would be his first and only taste of playoff basketball until 2012. That is it for the video, guys. If you made it this far, you are awesome. Thank you so much for sitting here and listening to me talk about basketball. It's highly appreciated. Be sure to slap a like on this video, that helps out a lot. And remember, if you're new here and you are not subscribed, do so with those notifications on. You don't want to miss a single upload, I promise you. You guys have a wonderful day. I shall see you in the next video.